What are emotion, intuition, and the future of design and architecture? Design should resonate with its given setting, whether it is through the physical and tangible, or the conceptual or intangible. Original ideas emerge through iterative processes. Every new project is challenged to include at least 5 new ideas or elements. We as designers thus become negotiators of not just space and aesthetics, but social, environmental, and ethical warriors. Interiors were designed to be inclusive, balanced, and holistic. Why do humans still win? Designed to serve and inspire generations to come. I think the presentations that happened post-lunch really were, kind of woke all of us up. And what we are looking at is really now trying to see why emotion, intuition, and the future of design are of utmost importance. Can we have the video playing, please? Why do humans still win? What are emotion, intuition, and the future of design and architecture? Human ingenuity has been the foundation of architecture for centuries, with the most iconic buildings of the world coming together through sheer creativity, stemming from passion for the art itself. We bring about our personal experiences and empathy into structures, giving them life and meaning through interventions that only human minds can foresee through memory, cultural belonging, and moral responsibility. Gaudi envisioned the Sagrada Familia, but its power to inspire has sustained it over time. Though through sculpture and monumentality, he embedded faith in a way that created a deep sense of belonging amongst people. Rani Ki Vav is designed so that each element and space functions dynamically, yet they come together seamlessly, transforming the simple act of approaching water into a deeply meditative and a community experience. Daniel Libeskind has always been known to use his reference as a support and as contrast to his structures, all while being sensitive and true to narrative and emotion. He worked to evoke tension and dynamism with architecture, light, and spatial arrangements acting as tools for narration for each of his works. Architecture doesn't just make statements through awe, but through functionality and sensitivity. Simple context-driven design is also a powerful tool for identity. We as designers thus become negotiators of not just space and aesthetics, but social, environmental, and ethical warriors, enabling successful functioning, inclusivity, and local support for the structure. Original ideas emerge through iterative processes that need support, original thinking, and the courage to attempt the untried. Relying only on past data limits the innovation urgently needed in technology, material, and sustainability in today's world. Frank Gehry thought like an artist, like a sculptor who treated his sketches like buildable geometries, irrespective of the complexity, and used everyday cues to make surprisingly free-flowing built forms. Zaha Hadid pioneered parametric architecture even before the word was officially coined. She had a language that was uniquely and identifiably hers, and each of her buildings looked like a work of art that hasn't been replicated anywhere else. My favorite, Calatrava, a master of art, structure, and technicality, made his buildings look alive, whether the scale was monumental or humane. His biomorphic forms allowed for his concept to come through strongly. Every building related to multiple scales, using familiar forms that bridged emotion and efficiency, letting their movements speak for themselves. Redefining the principles of modernism, Charles Correa rejected glass and steel structures, emphasizing the use of local materials in his building and harmoniously developing tradition and modernity, blending India's cultural and climatic conditions with modern architecture. At GNA, our philosophy has always remained to identify each project's unique setting and reinterpreting the vernacular with sensitivity towards nature. Any design should resonate with its given setting, whether it is through the physical and tangible or the conceptual or intangible. Every new project is challenged to include at least 5 new ideas or elements. This could be a new structural strategy, material detail, landscape move, or spatial experience. The Bhakti Residence features the use of contrasting textures, blends traditional and modern elements, uses repurposed and traditional building techniques, nature-inspired palettes, and provides a modern yet comfortable feel. The residence on the waterfront has been planned as a response to the overwhelming presence of the lake and is bold, uncompromising, and almost austere in its form, while the interiors exude an understated feel of elegance. Bosch Learning Center revolves around celebrating India and its core values. To reconcile the forces of modernity and tradition, the design scheme utilized the knowledge of the Vedic mandalas, folklore, and Indian heritage. Interiors were designed to be inclusive, balanced, and holistic in its approach to be a truly educative experience for the user. This project got us to learn a lot more about our philosophy, Indian philosophy and culture as well, and that is what we looked for to see every person who passed this to get the same experience. Kala Loka reinvents the culture and crafts of the topography of Karnataka in every element and design. It draws inspiration from traditional architecture and gives it a modern touch through its color palette, intuitive zoning, fluid circulation, and contemporary detailing. A similar approach was adopted for Nera Maya, a resort in Kerala that brought back heritage and traditional workmanship into the architecture. Roof forms and landscape mirrored the context. Colorful murals were used to break away from the extensive wood detailing, and traditional design was juxtaposed with modern amenities. A green building certified as net zero with LEED standards, the Jaguar Global Headquarters, Manesar, one of GNA's most important projects, takes inspiration from an eagle in flight, a metaphor for Jaguar's ambition and vision to be a world player in their field. It combines modern minimalism with contemporary artistry. Sculptures and installations continuously bring the viewer back to the company's expertise and industrial presence. The Sanskrit Pathshala was one of the firm's oldest projects, a Vedic learning center that was rooted in simplicity and sustainability. It was designed with sensitivity towards the tropical climate of Gehry, with open, enriching exteriors, comfortable for the students who use threshold spaces actively. Materiality wasn't seen as a plug-in, but rather as a value system that allowed for an inclusive space that blends into its culture, social, and natural context with ease. Original ideas emerge through iterative processes that need to support original thinking and the courage to attempt the untried. Relying only on past data limits the innovation urgently needed in technology, materials, and sustainability in today's world.
ಈ ಥರ ಇರೋವಾಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಕೆರೆ ಇತ್ತು, ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಇತ್ತು.
ನಾವು ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಟ ಆಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಆಟ ಆಡ್ಬೋದು.
I think there's no park for dog where they can peacefully interact with other dogs, play with other dogs.
There are no hangout spaces in Bangalore, no? Yeah, all we have got is a lot of expensive cafes here.
There are other trees that can be planted to have multiple other bird boxes for these birds to come back.
We definitely want our garden city back.
Lone Lung Space, the recent winner at the World Architecture Festival in the Future Projects Commercial Mixed-Use category, is conceived as a space that enables people to connect with the landscape in meaningful and immersive ways. As the park continues to evolve, each design element reinforces its vision of nurturing a healthier and more connected urban future. Drawing inspiration from Indian cultural traditions, festivals, and vernacular materials such as bamboo, brick, and thatch, the project adopts a zero-waste approach, positioning it as a contemporary urban landmark designed to serve and inspire generations to come. Thank you.